I was working on another play and doing research for another play called Hot and Throbbing. And my brother died, and I was up for tenure. And the committee came to me and said, "You're a wonderful teacher, we want to keep you here, but you haven't written a play since And Baby Makes Seven." And I said, "No, I'm finding it hard to write. I've been taking care of my brother, and I haven't had a lot of sleep." And they said, "However you do it, please write another play. We need another play." As we were in the hospital in that final watch, while he was still alive the last few days, he turned to me and said, "You're going to write about this, aren't you?" And the fact that he asked me that and he had a twinkle in his eye told me that he wanted me to. And I thought about that as a deathbed wish that I had to do. I have to write something with the blood from my heart. And I put aside Hot and Throbbing, and I slammed the cabin, and I didn't sleep for 2 weeks. It was completely unplanned. I wrote it in this state. I didn't anticipate writing it. I have to say that some of the initial resistance to the Baltimore Waltz was the acceptance of sexuality as a life force, that it was very important to me to celebrate sexuality, to celebrate desire. I don't think of this play as a play about AIDS. I think that this is a play about memory, love, and grief. One of the most extraordinary letters I got when Baltimore Waltz first was produced was from a woman whose husband had been killed in the Pan Am bombing. And she came to the theater, and she went home, and she wrote me this generous, loving letter, thanking me because when she sat in the theater, she could dance with her husband again, right? That love that we feel is a love of the vibrancy of a living body. It has to be a celebration. When we do theater, we are writing in the present tense. All the words that my brother would ever say to me were in the past tense. But theater could keep him alive. I could write a stage direction and say, "Carl is going to Europe." I had never realized what a gift of life theater is until I wrote that play. I have not been involved in a production of Baltimore Waltz since the 5th anniversary of my brother's death. I needed to let the play go in the same way that I needed to let my brother go. And it's a necessary part, right, of grief. So the ability to go back to the magic, come home here, and be back in the city that he loved, where every neighborhood I walk in, I can feel his footsteps. What I'd forgotten that yesterday gave me in the room at the Magic. As I looked at these actors, is the thing that we don't know when we are in our 30s, when we are living our daily lives. Oh, how beautiful we were. We were beautiful.